2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Hi, my name is Corey Hinchy. If you've ever gone into the mall before and gone into stores like Hollister, Abercrombie & Fitch, American Eagle, you probably have noticed that most of the clothes have been folded and they look really nice. And today I'm going to tell you how they do that. For guys, the most popular board that we use is the boys board. It's your typical board for folding. And the whole purpose of it is to try to make a stack, and everything in that stack is going to be in the shape of this board. And all you do is lay your shirt face down, and you just want to try to pretend that this board goes all the way down to the bottom of the shirt, and you want the sides to go parallel with the shirt. And then you just bring it up and then pull it over, and you just want to tug it tightly around the board so you would think that it was the same exact shape as the board. You want it to be boxed just like the board, and that would be the bottom of your shirt, and that's how a typical boys board is. And then you would like to just continue doing that. And your typical guys stacks are about 20, and you would put to 4 extra large shirts, 6 larges, 6 mediums, and 4 smalls, and you would just put those in size order. Starting with the bottom would be your extra larges, and you would work your way up to your smalls.
Does having different sizes affect the way you fold?
No, it doesn't, because the reason why is, even though an extra large is bigger than a small, what you're going to do is you would just still wrap it around, and the extra largest would just wrap around it even more, but it's still going to be the same shape as the board. And then, but like I said, it's typically about 20 shirts, so you saw how long it took me just to do 3, and I did it pretty fast, so to do 20 would take quite a while to do just for that. And then also, people don't realize how versatile just one little board can be. Because I did that stack, I can also do polos, which are folded with the same board but folded differently. If you ever go into Hollister or A&F, you'll notice that there's always a really pretty polo wall for the guys and the girls on each side, and I will show you how to do that. You start out doing it the same way, but you'll notice on your shirts that the only thing that's really attractive about it is this little plain logo, and that's going to be what your key focus is when you fold these. And you just want the logo to be right here on the edge, facing down, so when you fold it over like this, like a typical regular shirt, and then here's the key difference right here, is you fold it over again after you take your board out, and you want the seagull to be on the very edge. So you can imagine in a stack, all you're going to be able to see is like these birds lined up. I actually have another one I can do. But like I said, they would normally be all the same color, but I don't own 6 navy polos, so we'll just pretend that they are.
Why is it so important that the shirts be so perfect?
The reason you want to make them look so perfect is because the attractiveness is if you see a really nice stack, it's going to catch your eye, and the more attractive the display is, the more likely somebody is going to want to sell it. If you see a stack of just poorly folded, rough-looking shirts, you're not going to want to purchase it because it looks like the value is less than what it is. Or at the same time, if you fold a really nice-looking stack, you can make a bad shirt look attractive just by the way it looks. And then this one is an Abercrombie & Fitch shirt. Abercrombie & Fitch and Hollister are run through the same company, so they pretty much use the exact same boards and exact same methods for everything. And you can actually see, instead of using a seagull, they actually use a moose, but it's pretty much the same idea. And that's your boys board thick fold. And then sometimes we get so many shirts, and there's only so much space you can fit on a table, that we have to use a different board for guys. It's actually a girls board. It's called the Girls Knit board. The main difference you're going to notice is that it's not as wide, so that'll make you be able to put more shirts on the table. And it's folded with the exact same principle. Everything is folded basically the same with just little differences. So you start out the same way. It's always going to want to be the same shape as your board. The one difference is, since it's not as long, you can't go all the way up or it's going to come over the edge. So what you do is you go up to the top of the board and then you drop the board down to the bottom, so that way you're still making your perfect square at the bottom, getting your 90-degree angles. And you flip it over and you'll notice that it is not quite as wide, and so you'll be able to fit more shirts on there. And then going back to the boys board and showing its versatility, you can also take it and flip it on its side, and with winter coming up, back to school, fall season, we'll be selling a lot more hoodies, and this is how we do that. So like I said, you take it, turn it on its side, and this is going to show more display of the side. And then you're just going to bring the sleeves all the way down and try to spread the mass so it's not all lumpy. You come up. And then sometimes, like on benches, they'll look like that. Or if they're in a wall, what you can do is you can come up halfway and then fold it over again like this. And then you can put it in a wall and it'll say like California, and then imagine a stack. It'll look really nice like that.
Is there a much difference between folding girls' and boys' shirts?
Actually, there is a little bit of difference. For girls' shirts, you're going to use a mini board. It's a lot smaller because girls' shirts are a lot smaller. And I'll show you how to do that. Like I said, every time you use something, you're going to start the same way. You're just going to go, bring it flat down, like this. And here's the main difference. Instead of going all the way up, you're going to come to the bottom of the board, and then you're going to flip it over like this, and it's going to make little squares. And because it's so much thicker, instead of doing like 20 shirts, you can only get about 12. Because if you went any higher, you would get a really thick stack, and then it would be more likely to fall over. I'll do one more for you here. And it's the same principle. So you can imagine having 12 shirts, it's going to be pretty high, and any higher would be too much. Now that you have seen how much time and effort has gone into folding shirts, the next time you want to go into shopping at Hollister or something, you might want to think twice before you start digging through shirts and messing everything up. Alright, have a good day.